Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, it did go up today a little bit and it is going up a little bit. Nothing too crazy though, but what we can see is that various altcoins in line with Bitcoin's slight increase, and again, we're taking a look at that on the Bitcoin chart, but in line with that, the altcoins are following. We talked about that a lot of the altcoins did reach their target areas in the last few days. And you normally see a reaction to these key levels, and I think this is currently playing out. A lot of the altcoins were extremely oversold, very, very much so. So there naturally just has to be some sort of a smaller move up. And I think we can see that here across the altcoin market, even though not very strong. Yes, of course, some are moving up more than others, but nothing too convincing yet. And I think there is still a little bit of waiting, until we really see those numbers and the interest rate increase update that will come from the Fed today, and that takes place today at here in this period. So we've got a period from 1 o'clock to 4:15. Eastern time, PM, where I do expect here some volatility in the market, and that is still a few hours away. That is still a few hours away. But here earlier today, what have we seen on the Bitcoin chart? Bitcoin obviously is still in this, we had this descending wedge. It is now broken out for now. It is broken out for now. But what you can also see is that, and this is the 8-hour chart, it has broken out before and has always come back in. So until really here an 8-hour candle is closed, or I think a 4-hour would be fine as well. But the last few times we even had one occasion here where the 4-hour did break out, and we then had in the next 4-hour the retest failed. So at the moment nothing is confirmed here. It's looking interesting. We have broken out of the descending wedge, but very little volume. The reason for that, as I said, is probably that a lot of institutional investors, traders, they are just holding back today, and they are just waiting for the interest rate decision. Again, expected is probably 50 basis points. 25, which I don't think is going to happen, would probably boost Bitcoin's price. I think even 50 would be quite good, because it is in line what is expected, and we had a lot of that proposed interest rate increase or expected interest rate increase already priced into the markets in the last few weeks. I think 50 is generally what is expected. And the last time when we had the interest rate increase, we saw, I think it did take Bitcoin all the way up to 49k. So because the last time it was as expected. I think that was that here? It might have been here. I can't remember, but it took Bitcoin up to 49k, and I think that was because it was as expected the last time as well. And if it happens this time and they increase the interest rates, which probably will happen, and it is around 50 basis points, I would expect first of all some volatility, as every time they announce that, but also it could take Bitcoin a little bit higher, and that would be very nice, because it could take Bitcoin straight into this target area. Of course, if it's lower than 50, it will do that as well. That's my view. A reaction above 50 would probably be negative, and that is because the market generally would expect a 50 basis point increase, and anything that goes above that will probably send the markets down, because it is just higher than expected. That could be a 75 or even a 100 basis point increase. For now, we see here slight upside, and as I said, we are breaking out here out of the wedge at the moment on the 4-hour chart. Too early to be too happy about it, but we have only like 20 minutes in that current candle. So when you watch that video, you will already see that probably the 4-hour the candle has closed above that level here at above 38.7k. That is the resistance level, or former resistance, now support of that wedge. Because in 20 minutes, I don't think it's going to go down again. Well, it could theoretically, but probably not. It's not enough time. It's been here now a couple of hours, I think, above that area. And the most important level, though, to get through here, first of all, is 39.2k. You can see it here in red, that resistance line. As long as we are still below that, there is significant risk that we don't push through here. Primarily, we can expect now a move up into this green target area in a wave 2 corrective move up, after we have come down here in this impulsive move down, in a 5-wave move down that we might have now completed with this diagonal, ending diagonal pattern here in a wave 5, and we could now start to move up finally into this wave 2 target range. Yeah, so just without any corrective moves up, the downtrend is not going to happen. So at some point, especially in a wave 2, that would be quite a substantial move up, and in this case we can get into the range between 41.5 and 46k. We will specify that further as we can see the price move up a little bit. But yeah, we're holding at the moment above the descending wedge, and not a lot of movement, not a lot of volume. And that is what I told you, that probably before we see a decision here, not much is going to happen. But we see a careful move up, but a very, very quiet day today in the crypto market. On the 4-hour chart, in line with that move up, we've also seen here a bullish crossover on the MACD. That could lead to further rising prices, and also the RSI on the 4-hour is now above the 50 level. That is sort of generally bullish sentiment. And also, in addition to that, on the ADX and DI indicator, we are just seeing here a bullish crossover, so basically a long signal. And if that now transfers over onto the daily, that could really push the prices up higher. We are now very, very close to a bullish crossover on the MACD on the daily. And again, that is generally a rather bullish signal. I mean, I'm not talking here about ending the correction, but it is a signal that we waited for, because we do expect the prices to go higher into this green target area. And I told you, as long as we are in the wedge, further downside is of course possible within the wedge to finish that ending diagonal off. But then in a wave 2, at some point we should ideally go into this wave 2 target area. Now that pretty much aligns now here with a daily bullish MACD crossover, which is probably coming here unless something disastrous happens today and the rates are really higher than expected, or the market is reacting negatively to the announcement. For now, it's sort of looking interesting, and it seems that we get this bullish crossover, and that could send the market higher, especially if the daily candle closes sort of at that level or moves a little bit higher, and we then see here the negative momentum reduced and we start to see the bullish momentum come in. So we can see how close now the blue line here is to the indicator line. So we're going to see here a crossover very, very shortly. Overall, everything else I think is clear. You know, I've explained everything in detail before. We are, again, still below the 1-year moving average. We are still below the 200-day moving average. We are still below that head and shoulders pattern. And below the neckline of that, we are breaking, or we did break out of the bear flag here. And everything is pointing here to the target area between 20 and 29k. That bullish crossover, yes, but in my view, it should only send the price here into this area here in green. If it goes above that, then of course I will adjust here the wave count, and then at some point we will be able to get into this area between 55 and 65k. That is a different wave count. In my view, will only get valid above 48.4k, above the wave 4 target here, or the previous wave 4. Then we have to take a different wave count into account, but even there, it would just be a different route to the destination in the 20 to 29k area. That is less likely. I can't see it at the moment. At the moment, everything's really very well adhering to this move down here in a wave 1. The next wave would be the wave 2 up. We then have a wave 3 down, a wave 4 up, and then that wave 5 would be completed here in that yellow area. Because I always get asked, what do I expect then? Well, here, somewhere in here, and it could even go a little bit lower. It's too early to say that. We do expect the completion of the correction. Yeah, and that means we from here could start a new bull market. All right, that is my view about Bitcoin. Will be an interesting day later today when the announcement is coming, so I'll keep you updated, of course. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership or even the trading course that I am currently publishing on the website morecryptoonline.com, and you can find a link to the website in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.